She tends to wander. I gotta keep my eye. She will totally just walk away if I let her.
Hi. So, why did you come out here? Or what's your feeling about being here? Oh, there she goes.
Maya, get back here, please.
Oh,
all right, thank you.
okay. Yeah, it's scary. She's near the road.
Yeah, she just keeps wandering off towards the street.
Yeah.
I came down here because I felt like for the first time that somebody else was standing up and yelling the things that I had been talking about forever. I couldn't even get any of my friends to come down because most of them are just have a complete lack of concern. So I came by myself. And I'm really glad that I did, because in the time that I was here last weekend, it went from there was nothing here, and we built all of this step by step, and we're working on it all step by step to perfect it, to make it better, particularly the GA. Every day they are having meetings and talking to people to figure out how we can make the system faster and better for everyone, how everyone can be heard, and it's coming across. And people are actually finally getting the word out too. That's been great. Yeah. People are starting to hear about it, and they're getting, so even if they're hearing bad things about it, they're coming down here to talk.
There was a pretty good article in the Globe today.
Yeah, was it in the Globe again today?
It was.
I think there was something in the Globe yesterday and in the Herald, and the smaller local papers are picking it up. Out in Leominster, my local paper picked it up, and my photograph was actually in it from here. Yeah. Don't throw that, babe.
And so what do you hope that would come of this movement or this encampment?
I hope to be heard, finally.
Yeah.
I feel like forever no one's ever listened to anything I ever had to say, but now that there's several thousand people screaming it with me, it makes a big difference.
And what is that message? What's your message? Like, what's
my message personally, I would love to see the words "the Federal Bank of Boston" off of that building.
Yeah?
I would love to see that.
Why is that?
Because the Federal Reserve basically just gets to move money around as they see fit. They're not held accountable to the American people, which they should if they're controlling our currency.
So do you think they're doing harm to certain parts of this, certain classes or groups?
Absolutely.
And doing like for the benefit of some other group?
Absolutely. I also think that my other big thing is corporate interests and corporate control. The fact that $1, one vote, people say that, and it is true, but what happens when you have $700 billion and I have $12? Who do you think's going to be heard? Right. You know, it throws it off balance, and they're only looking out for the best interests of people who can give them a lot of money, and people can only afford to run if they have a lot of money. No one would ever vote for me, but I wish they would, but no one wants to vote for the single mom atheist.
If you could even afford to take all the time and
if I could afford to take off the time from work and school and my children to do so, which would obviously not be realistic for me. But I want to see the corporate control come to an end. We need new legislation. We need to repeal the Citizens United Supreme Court decision, making corporations people. I'd say we really need to just get rid of every politician in office and start over. That's not realistic, but I can wait till they all die. I'm patient.
What do you see as an ideal society, like better than this, that could be? That's
where
possible.
People look out for each other. I've seen a lot of people driving by here with a lot of animosity towards us. They yell things like "get a job" and just hateful things. And one thing I did learn a long time ago is that when people inexplicably start pointing fingers and yelling things, it's usually because a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And people are angry and frustrated. They're probably even resentful that they have to go to work and they see us here. What, baby?
Wow, look at that thing.
I would be resentful,
it's like a toy.
perhaps, if I didn't understand and I just saw a bunch of people standing around holding signs. I might feel the same way. And which is why we encourage them to stop and talk to us and not just yell things back, because that doesn't get anybody anywhere.
Yeah. Do you find a lot of people being supportive though as well?
My mom's really supportive. My grandmother, my family is pretty supportive. I know some people here whose families are not. The city of Boston has been very supportive.
In what sense?
When we had our first march on Friday night, it was an impromptu march. We didn't alert, we didn't send out anything that it was going to happen. It just was impromptu.
Yeah.
And we went, I'm trying to think, we went up to Quincy Hall and then up and around back. And people in the streets, people in restaurants, people were walking by, even the police were, you know, showing a hand in solidarity. A lot of people were taking photographs and video, but very few people I noticed seemed to be upset or disturbed by it. They seemed to be just very supportive. And
so do you feel like the message resonates with a lot of people?
I think people are frustrated. I think they're tired of struggling and tired of being told that if they just work hard enough they could be a billionaire and everything would be fine. Because that's not realistic, and we can all be brilliant innovators who come up with an iPad and whatever.
But if you work hard, you think you should be able to make a living.
If you work hard, you should be able to, and you should be able to feed your family and all of these things. And the fact is that most people can't do that right now, and that's why they're upset. If they could, I don't think we'd have as many people here. Jobs is one of those things, but I think that's a trickle down of the other problems, like corporations and the Federal Reserve. I think a lot of the other stuff would sort of fall in place if it wasn't in this vacuum of greed.
Yeah.
And that sort of
with the wealthy making the rules, and then they make the rules that make, you know, jobs get globalized, manufacturing gets globalized, and then wages go down, and all this. So many things.
Yep.
Well,
thank you so much.
I don't have any more questions right now, but thank you very much.
I think I have to go catch my train.
Oh, you do? You're gonna go? Okay.
No, there was no rush. I think I had plenty of time, I'm sure.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. And what's your name?
I'm Sage.